I think it's worth noting that the military, the Pentagon, is going after Tucker Carlson. And what are they going after him for? Well, it's on grounds of the woke shit. That, of course, right? Like, that's what they're using to attack him. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that Tucker Carlson is the loudest, most outspoken critic of all of these wars on his huge cable news show, which dominates in the ratings. But see, they're not going after him for that. They're going after him for violating, woke rules. Oh, Tucker Carlson said he thought Joe Biden giving a press conference about, how we have these new uniforms for pregnant women was stupid, and that the military's role is to fight and win wars and not to cater to all this woke nonsense. That's what they're going after him for. It just happens to be that they're going after the guy who was good on Syria, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, every last one of the wars. Seems a little coincidental to me that that's who they chose, to attack publicly. But that's what it is, and those are the grounds on which they're going after him. Okay, so anyway, for people, if you don't know the story, that's basically what happened. So Joe Biden, who is no question, at this point, I think the wokest president ever. I mean, don't, forget the fact that he's the architect of every awful thing that the government does, and that he, worked with segregationists and all this shit and had no problem race baiting on the other side when that was convenient. But he has, every inch of his presidency and his appointments and all of this has all been put forward from his vice presidential pick to every cabinet position. It's all been put forward as like, well, this is the first person of color, and this is the first trans woman, and this is the first black woman, and this is everything about it has been done on an identitarian basis. And so he was holding some press conference where he was bragging about, promoting 2 female military members to higher positions. And he started bragging about how his military is going to be creating these new uniforms for, pregnant women to serve. And Tucker Carlson was just blasting this and saying, this is so ridiculous that this is what the military is focusing on. So this set off a firestorm, and the responses came down all the way from the top of the Pentagon. A whole bunch of military people criticizing Tucker Carlson. Now, I'll say this. However you may feel about Tucker's position on uniforms for pregnant women, whether you think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened and you think it's really important for the military's, effectiveness or even inclusiveness or whatever, can't we all agree that there's something pretty creepy about the Pentagon inserting itself in a political conversation amongst the domestic population? Like, shouldn't they not be coming down on somebody saying the wrong thing? Isn't that just like, let's say, inappropriate at best, and the type of shit a terrifying dystopian authoritarian regime does at worst? It seems that seems to be the case to me.
Also, kind of the opposite of what we saw a couple of years ago when they were trying to change the don't ask, don't tell laws, and then also women in the military. Like, that all kind of came from outside the military, and the military was saying, hey, please don't tell us how to operate the military. And now they're shouting that line back to people over now having more of the woke stuff.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch the transformation.